Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Wednesday, October 3rd, 2018, and I am Phylicia Collie. Today's stories include grad finale in the Thompson Student Center, a man sentenced to life in prison, and security in public schools. In campus news, today from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., there will be a grad finale event in the Thompson Student Center ballrooms. December graduates are encouraged to come and finalize graduation details, clear holds, and find out about alumni opportunities. Also, there will be a ping pong tournament in the rec center today from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Sign-ups are at the rec center front desk. In local news, the Stephenville Empire Tribune is reporting Meals on Wheels, a service that provides meals and transportation for the elderly, is also providing pet food after learning that some clients were skipping meals to share food with their pets. Meals on Wheels Executive Director Elizabeth Johnson says, "We know how important pets are for those living alone. Donations and volunteers are always needed. For more information, call 396-3591. Now, today's Texans. News from the Associated Press. A 31-year-old Texas man has been sentenced to life in prison for a 2015 assassination attempt on a state judge, Julie Kosarik, outside her home. U.S. District Judge Lee Yekel sentenced Shimini Onyuri in Austin Tuesday, months after a jury found Onyuri guilty of multiple counts of fraud, racketeering, and other charges. Federal prosecutors say Onyuri wanted Judge Kosarik dead to avoid going to prison on a probation violation. In national news, the topic of school safety has been on the forefront of the minds of many since a deadly school shooting in Florida last February. According to an AP investigation, lawmakers are evaluating the often costly hardening of schools over other measures that researchers and educators say are proven to reduce violence. As a result, Congress drafted a law that would provide $350 million to school security efforts. In addition to that, nearly 20 other states have raised $450 million additional dollars. School districts are also adjusting their budget to increase funding for security measures. According to industry guidelines, updating security to meet the standards can cost, on average, between $49,000 to $170,000. However, some fear that the costly equipment may not be as effective as intended and will take resources away from other programs that keep students safe, such as mental health programs. In international news, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo will travel to 4 Asian countries within the coming week. These countries include Japan, North Korea, the Republic of Korea, and China. Pompeo's travels are part of the continuing effort to denuclearize North Korea. Now we'll turn to our AP News Minute for more on this story.
The Secretary will be traveling later this week to 4 countries. He's headed to Asia. Secretary Pompeo will travel to Japan, North Korea, the Republic of Korea, and China from October 6th to the 8th. In Tokyo, October 6th and 7th, the Secretary will meet with Prime Minister Abe and Foreign Minister Kono. In Pyongyang, on October the 7th, the Secretary will meet with Chairman Kim. In Seoul, on October 7th and 8th, the Secretary will meet with President Moon and Foreign Minister Kang. In Beijing, on October the 8th, the Secretary will meet with his Chinese counterparts to discuss bilateral regional, and global issues. I think it shows forward progress and momentum that the Secretary is making his 4th trip back in less than a year. The first, of course, was as CIA Director. This will be his 3rd as Secretary of State. And that shows the President's commitment to the agreement that he and Chairman Kim came to at the Singapore summit. The Secretary going on for follow-on conversations. As we often say, the conversations continue. Of course, we have quite a ways to go, but we look forward to the next steps in this conversation. I can tell you our policy has not changed. Our policy has not changed. Things stand firmly in place, such as the sanctions remain in place. We continue to coordinate very closely, as we will on this upcoming trip, with our South Korean and also our Japanese counterparts, and we'll continue to move ahead and continue with the conversations.
In sports, for the 2nd week in a row, Tarleton State University women's rodeo team has won 1st place. Tarleton scored 385 points at the rodeo in Alpine to maintain the National Intercollegiate Rodeo Association Southwest Region lead. The men have scored a combined 780 points and are 2nd place in regional standings. Both teams will travel to Vernon this weekend for the 3rd of 5 fall events. And now for today's weather. Today's weather will be mostly sunny with a high of 89 and a low of 70. Winds will be 10 to 15 miles per hour. This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of the Texas News Service. From the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Watch us live on Apogee Channel 2.1, The Dorms, at 12:30 weekdays. If you live off campus, tune in on Northland Cable Channel 9. You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all of your latest local, state, and national and international news. Today's broadcast was produced by Riley Pruitt, Ashley Willits, and Kylie Newman. Have a wonderful day, Texans.